Hello, my good people. Good day for tuning in. And how are you guys doing? I'm glad to be here again to talk about something very important. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yes, I can't stop, loving you guys because you guys are awesome. This is Dan Speaks Common Sense TV. And here we say the truth and the reality. You see, the problem we are having in Nigeria is the corruption over there is too much, and the criminality is too much. And the worst part of it is, these our elders that has been in the system for long, for decades, they are everywhere. They are everywhere. They are in the judiciary system. They are in the office. What? A lot of all the offices, in short. Yeah. So many offices are involved in this corruption and criminality. And the worst of it is a lot of people don't say the truth. What they do is they keep on covering matters. And some of them thinks that they are smart or clever, depending on the type of education they acquired. Mostly the so-called lawyers over there. They think they know more than every other person in this world because they know that most of the times what is written as law is different from reality. And because of that, they can change truth to a lie. They can frame a lot of things. They can manipulate things and turn them around to favor them. And those are also criminality. Those are also corruption. When you know the right thing and you try to frame it, you try to play around it, you refuse to take responsibility of your action, or you refuse to apologize when you do wrong because you think you belong, or you think you are in the position of intimidating others, or trying to harass, or use your power or personality to subdue others. So that makes you don't want to take you don't want to agree that you are at fault, or there is a mistake you make or your son make. So you don't want to tarnish your image, or you don't want to bring your credibility down, but you actually know that what people are saying or talking was the truth. And instead of you to exonerate yourself out of it, you keep on bragging, doing, moving, try to put it on other people when the evidence is clear. So, I am asking Mr. Falana here. This is a question of, as a lawyer you are, and from what you said from Channel TV, the people you have helped, some young guys, you have intervened in their matter, and they get pardon, they got everything. So that is why Bob Risky, maybe he knows all those things, and that is why he wanted to reach to you so that you will also help her out. That's number one. Number two, Why are you after a very dark man? That's what I'm asking you. Why are you after very dark man? What did that guy do wrong? He is not the one that has the voice note. Somebody have it. And this person that said this thing in this audio said he discussed with your son. And look at what your son said. And your son agreed that this guy discussed with him. So, and now you came to cover up that statement that your son said this, your son said that, your son. Yeah, we know that you are a lawyer. You can twist things, you can make things look good or look in favor of you. But we, the people, are not stupid. More especially we that have our common sense, we that have our conscience. We are not stupid. We may not be lawyers, but we are not stupid. So all those things you say in channel TV, me in particularly, I know that that is a frame statement. It's not real statement. That is not what your son said. What your son said is that discussion in that tape, and which the person directly involved said that this is the conversation that he had with your own son, which your own son has never denied it. He confirmed it. But now, you as a lawyer, you as a profession, you that have been going around the world, going around Africa, helping people that committed one criminal offense or one thing or the other, you are helping them. Yeah. We say thank you for that, congratulations, but this one, this particular one, you are wrong. You are wrong. Like my first video, I said, Falana family, this type of thing is not what you're going to jump out there to be saying anything or to be suing somebody or to be complaining. It's just for you to sit back and do your underground stuff and quench this thing, because this type of thing like play can rule you down, and is not gonna rule you because very dark man reviewed the video, but it's gonna rule you depending on how you take this thing, because people are watching. People are not stupid. People knows whom you are. People knows whom your family is. So the best thing for you is to sit back and do some corrections where you needed to do it, not to jump out and telling people that you want to restore your credibility or whatever, because the person you are fighting now to restore your credibility is not the one that has the tape. It's not the one that did it. He just played it, and the whole world have already heard it. So I don't know what else you are trying to cover there, or you are trying to film. And as a lawyer, well respected and well known in that country, you cannot say that you don't know what is going on in that country. You know. But you may be covering it because, like you said, you wanted to cover your credibility and other things, or maybe you don't want them to jail you or punish you or tarnish you, because most all of you that are well known there or rich, maybe you have soiled your hand one place or the other. A lot of you. I'm not saying that is what you. I'm not saying that is what you do or what you did, but I know that a lot of you are committed. The politicians have committed you guys one way or the other, that you cannot just come out and challenge them on something or be able to fight against this corruption and criminality. Yes. You may be doing as if you are fighting them, but no, you are not fighting them, because any day you rose up against them in a way that will affect them, you see that they will get you down. I'm telling you. And you know that, you know exactly what I'm saying. And other people knows that. And that is why that country is not moving forward. So, sir, like I said in my previous video, I'm saying it again. The best thing you need to do is to allow this thing to quench and let it just end there. Everybody goes their way. And also, if you can help us and make sure as a lawyer that those people involved in EFCC, that they are being brought to justice. Because Bobrisky is not the only person that they done this to. They have been doing it to a lot of people. And those people cannot be able to talk. They can't speak out. They just ignore and go their way. What about the the immigration authority? They have been doing this too. What about custom? What about police? What about the military? The injustice, the impunity is everywhere, and is smelling in that country. And somebody like you have not stood up to fight against it. But you stood up now to fight against your credibility with a very dark man that did not do anything to you. That was not the one that said anything in that video. Don't you see? It's a shame. It's a shame. My good people, I stopped here, and I will allow you to listen to the part of the interview that that the channel TV granted to Mr. Falana. What he says and his action against a very dark man, which I know that he is just wanted to do what he wants to do because he feel that very dark man came from a poor family, or very dark man is a poor man and does not has money, does not maybe be, is not a lawyer or engineer or whatever, or not a politician to defend himself. So he feels that he can get this guy and crush the guy because the guy wanted to tarnish his image. But I'm standing here to tell him that the guy did not do you anything wrong. The guy did not do anything wrong to your family. But you just want to go after him because you feel that he is nobody. That is the way I think, and that is how I feel. So it's okay. We watch how it's gonna play. But I'm telling you now in this video that Nigerians are watching you. And Nigerians knows you more than you know yourself. So if you don't want to be out there, and if you don't want to be disgraced or be ashamed of yourself and the family you want to protect, please, sir, go in, relax, do other things. Leave this guy alone. That is my own advice. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share my video. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys. And I would like you to watch this channel TV interview with Mr. Falana. Thank you. Bye for now, and God bless you.
Just before you get, this is the first time some of us are seeing you in public after that very controversial story involving VDM and Bobrisky. What exactly is your own side of the story in this matter?
Well, so I think it's a question of infantile radicalism. Some of our young people are just not prepared to look at the provisions of the law with respect to the law on defamation. So they just simply go out there to embarrass people. I can say this without any fear of contradiction. I have assisted 280 people, convicted people, at home and abroad, to get pardon. On one occasion, 200 Nigerians were convicted in Libya for drug-related offenses. But because the trials were conducted in Arabic, and none of them spoke Arabic, I petitioned the African Commission on Human and People's Rights. That commission, at our instance, I did a petition on behalf of SERAP. At our instance, the commission issued a provisional order, like an injunction, restraining the government of Libya from executing the Nigerians. I think Abike Dabiri was then the chair of the Diaspora Committee of the House of Reps. That committee had appealed to the federal government in vain. But based on our intervention, the court issued an order, and we wrote to, 2 months later, President Gaddafi, the late Muammar Gaddafi, became the chair of the African Union. And we took advantage of that to write to him and appeal to him to pardon this Nigeria by complying with the judgment of the African Commission. And that if you do not, you will be showing a bad example as the leader of the continent, as the chair of the African Union. President Gaddafi granted our request and granted pardon to the 200 convicted Nigerians on death row. They were deported and brought back to Nigeria. On another occasion, and this was 2015, we appealed to General Muhammadu Buhari.
Falana,
I was there for flabbergasted.
Yeah. So there are those who will say, did Bobrisky actually reached out to you? Did Bobrisky speak or directly or indirectly to you? If that is the case or not the case, what are you doing? You've written a letter seeking a retraction of it. But what are you doing to establish your innocence in what has been an allegation on this matter?
No, Sean. Bobrisky never spoke to me. I have never met him. I do not know him from Adam. It was alleged to have spoken to my son, Falana, Fars. Yes, my son said this guy was appealing to people for assistance and called my son, I think on May 4, thereabout this year. Please, can you give me 3 million naira to be placed in a special part of the prison? We call it the VIP section. And my son asking, are you calling me under the authorization of the superintendent of prisons? He said, no, please, don't call me again. I'm unable to assist you to bribe the prison authorities. And be very careful, since you're already in jail for an offense. Please, if you are going to come in next time, you either do it through the superintendent or you write a letter endorsed by the prison authorities. And that was the last. Somebody now said he listened to a tape somewhere and went out to lampoon and rather defame me by saying the guy had spoken to me. Of course, we are going to examine the call logs. And my son has also said, this was the guy who originated a call to me. My son has never negotiated fees on behalf of anybody. On the contrary, my 3 children normally refer people who need assistance to me, and not those. In fact, my wife was asking our kids recently, why are you always sending people who are not able to pay our fees? Next time we are going to be charging you. So this is the position. Now what I'm going to do, I have resisted the temptation shown to file a criminal complaint, because in this case, we are not going to file a criminal complaint. We will not be pushed to do that. I'm currently defending a couple of journalists who are attending trial, either under the Cyber Crimes Act or under criminal libel. But what you are going to do is to embark on civil proceedings with a view to restoring our integrity, my own name and that of my son, so that nobody will simply rush to the social media to defame any Nigerian. We want to make an example. In this case, we have asked for a retraction and an apology rendered to us. And that is not too much. And if we don't have a retraction, an apology acceptable to us, accepted by us, we are certainly going to initiate civil proceedings in the High Court.
Yeah, Mr. Falana, because this is actually not, I mean, I'm saying for the sake of the public who have not seen or heard from you in this matter, who have the benefit of hearing your own side of the story. And that's why I brought it up. But I know how painful this could be, especially if you have built a reputation over the years. Now, the question here. Yeah, the question, quickly, Mr. Falana, because of the main subject for which I invited you. I'd like you to touch on the fundamentals aside the defamation or the libelous angle to this matter. Is the alleged corruption involved in our correctional service or with the EFCC about the withdrawal of the money laundering case dependent on a possible inducement? Just in about 60 seconds, Mr. Falana, so that we can get to the substantive matter for which we are here.
I'm a former inmate of the correctional centers in the country. I also do prison work. I've exposed the rot in the prisons more than any Nigerian. On one occasion, I did report, revealed that between 2005 and 2006, and I have a government report to this effect, that 197 people convicted of drug trafficking in the Federal High Court in Ikoyi, convicted and sentenced to prison terms without any option of fine, never made it to any prison in Nigeria. Never. When I petitioned the authorities, I think they declared them wanted. Only one was found. The rest went back to the trade. I'm still pursuing this matter. Secondly, everybody who has been to the prison, either as an inmate, an awaiting trial person, or a convict, knows that in every correctional center in Nigeria, there is a VIP section. It is called the White House. It's for big people. It's for big men and women. If you are a man of means or a woman of means, and you are detained in our prisons or correctional centers, you are going to be accommodated in the VIP section in the White House. So I'm rather surprised that the House of Reps was pretending not to know this, that a panel is being set up to know the state of our correctional center. But the Correctional Services Act of 2019 has made adequate provisions for checking the excesses of prison officials. I've just done a letter to the Honorable Minister of Interior, who is doing a marvelous job in that ministry of Interior. I wrote to him a couple of weeks ago, Honorable Minister, by virtue of Section 21 of the Correctional Services Act, there shall be prison visitors. Visitors to go to visit our correctional centers on a regular basis and write reports, recommend what the government should do to address problems in our correctional center. And the minister has called me to assure me that the appointments will be carried out as soon as possible. So for me, if we have prison visitors going to the correctional centers on a regular basis, independent people, public officers, judges, members of the National Executive Body of the Nigerian Bar Association, as provided by the law, if they carry out their statutory duties, our country will not be exposed from time to time with respect to the management of correctional center. Nigeria has the lowest number of convicts in the world, having regard to our population, because the correctional center are now reserved for the wretched of the earth, the poor, the underprivileged, or the masses of our people. A big man or a big woman does not stay. I mean, it's difficult to ask a big man to go to the prison, even when they are charged. Even when a former governor, a former minister is charged with diverting billions of naira, you simply ask him to go to a correctional center for 2 days, awaiting the arguments on application for bail. So that's what is going on. It's only the poor that are railroaded to jail in Nigeria.